Your doctor lied to you about your thyroid. Okay, maybe he didn't lie, but definitely didn't tell you the whole truth. If you're still blaming your thyroid for your chronic fatigue, you might be looking at the wrong organ. Your doctor ran your labs. TSH looks fine. T3, T4, normal range. So they tell you it's stress or aging, or you just need to sleep more. But here's what they're not telling you. Your thyroid isn't the problem. Your mitochondria are. And everything you think you know about energy is probably wrong. Today I'm going to show you why the most important conversation about energy is probably not happening in your doctor's office. Let's start with a question you've probably never thought of. How many mitochondria do you have in your body? Do you know the answer? It's tens of trillions. These tiny powerhouses inside your cells are responsible for producing 90% of your energy, not your thyroid, not your adrenals. It's your mitochondria. Think of it this way. Your thyroid is like a thermostat in your house. It sets the temperature, but your mitochondria, they're like the furnace. If your furnace is broken, turning up the thermostat doesn't fix anything. Think your thyroid medication is working? Think again. Here's the problem. Most doctors are trained to look at your thyroid labs and call it a day. They went to medical school, they learned to read labs, and memorized which prescription to write for which number. But they're completely ignoring the 30 trillion cells in your body. Each one of these cells packed with hundreds to thousands of mitochondria. Mitochondria that are screaming for help. You see, when your mitochondria are damaged, when they can't produce ATP efficiently, you don't just feel tired. You experience brain fog, weight gain that just won't budge, hormonal chaos, mood swings, poor sleep, and no amount of coffee or thyroid medication or willpower can fix that because you're treating the symptom, not the source. Basically, your doctor is handing you a Band-Aid while your house is on fire. So what's damaging your mitochondria in the first place? Let me give you the 5 biggest culprits, and I can guarantee your doctor hasn't mentioned any of these because unfortunately they weren't taught to look for them. Number 1 is chronic inflammation. When your body is constantly inflamed, your mitochondria are under siege and they can't produce energy efficiently and they start to die off. And you feel it as fatigue, but your doctor, they're not running inflammatory markers. They're checking your TSH and sending you home. Number 2 is toxin overload. Heavy metals, plastics, pesticides, mold. These aren't just environmental concerns. These are mitochondrial poisons. They literally shut down energy production in your mitochondria. When was the last time your doctor asked you about your heavy metal exposures or mold exposures? Probably never, because it's not on their checklist. Number 3 is nutrient depletion. Your mitochondria need specific raw materials to function properly. Things like magnesium, B vitamins, L-carnitine. But most people are running on empty because their diet and gut health can't deliver what their cells and their body actually need. And your doctor gives you general advice like eat better and take a multivitamin, as if that's going to fix decades of cellular starvation. So stop blaming yourself for the fatigue and start blaming what's actually killing your cells. But number 4 is oxidative stress. Every time your mitochondria produce energy, they also produce free radicals. It's like exhaust from a car engine. And when you don't have enough antioxidants to neutralize that exhaust, well, your mitochondria start to corrode from the inside out. But your doctor isn't measuring oxidative stress. They're not testing your antioxidant levels. They're just telling you your labs look fine and sending you on your way. So number 5 is chronic stress and poor sleep. They kind of go together. When you're running on adrenaline and cortisol, when you're not getting deep restorative sleep, your mitochondria never get a chance to heal and repair. They get stuck in survival mode. And survival mode does not produce energy. It drains it. Now here's the kicker. Your standard blood work doesn't measure any of this. Your doctor looks at your TSH and says you're fine, but your cells are literally starving and your mitochondria are dying. And you're wondering, why do I feel so terrible if my labs are all normal? Because normal is not optimal. Normal is average, and average is sick. So what's the answer? How do you actually fix mitochondrial dysfunction? Well, it starts with understanding that your body is a system, not a collection of isolated symptoms to be medicated. At HyperHealth, we don't just look at your thyroid on an island all by itself. We don't just run the same 5 labs your doctor's been running on you for the past 15 years. We look at your entire cellular health picture. We run comprehensive labs that measure nutrient status, toxin burden, oxidative stress, inflammatory markers, mitochondrial function. You know, the things your doctor should be looking at, but isn't, because they're too busy following insurance protocols and checking boxes. If you think normal lab ranges mean you're healthy, I'm sorry to tell you, you're wrong. Because here's what most people don't understand. Standard lab ranges are just based on averages, not actual optimal health. Your TSH might be 3.5, for example, and your doctor says it's fine, but optimal range is between 1 and 2. your free T3 might be 2.8, technically in range, but you need to be higher than 3.5 to actually feel really good. And that's just your thyroid numbers. What about your vitamin D, your magnesium, your vitamin B12, your ferritin? What about heavy metal toxicity or mold exposure, gut infections? None of that shows up in standard labs. So you're told you're fine, while your mitochondria are literally suffocating. This is why we use a different approach here at Hyper Health. We use IV therapy to deliver nutrients directly to your cells, bypassing a broken digestive system. We use ozone therapy to reduce inflammation, boost mitochondrial function, something your doctor's probably never heard of, although it's been around for over 100 years. We use targeted supplementation to fill in the gaps that your diet is often lacking, and we use lifestyle interventions, sleep optimization, stress management, strategic movement to best support long-term healing. Because here is the truth. You cannot supplement your way out of a lifestyle problem. And you can't medicate yourself out of a mitochondrial crisis. Your doctor wants to give you a pill. We want to give you your life back. So what does it actually look like when your mitochondria are working again? They're functioning properly. Well, let me paint you a picture. You wake up and you actually feel rested. Not groggy, not dragging yourself out of bed. Rested. Your brain fog lifts. You can think clearly, focus, concentrate, remember things. Your weight starts to normalize because your metabolism starts working better. Your mood stabilizes because your brain has the energy it needs to regulate the neurotransmitters. Your hormones balance because your body isn't stuck in fight or flight mode anymore. And you stop feeling like you're 20 years older than you actually are. But let me warn you, if you're looking for a quick fix, this is not it. This isn't a 30-day detox or a magic pill. Your doctor wants you in and out of the office 15 minutes with a prescription. We're building an individualized protocol designed to rebuild your cellular health from the ground up. Month 1, we focus on drainage and detox, getting the garbage out, starting to replenish missing nutrients. Month 2, we support your nervous system, calming that stress response, that fight or flight response. Months 3, 4, 5, we optimize hormones, digestion, metabolic health. And here's what I really want you to understand. Your body wants to heal. Your mitochondria want to produce energy, but they need the right environment, the right nutrients, the right support. And that's exactly what we provide. Not a prescription, not a pat on the head that you're fine, a real solution. Look, I know this is a lot, and I know it's different from what you've probably been told most of your life. But if you've been struggling with fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, hormonal issues, and hormonal chaos, and your doctor just keeps telling you your labs are fine, it's time to look deeper. It's time to stop accepting normal as good enough. It's time to start addressing your mitochondria. If you want to learn more about your symptoms, there's a link somewhere on this page, around this video, or in our bio, where you'll access our quick 3-minute quiz. In that quiz, you're going to discover what your symptoms reveal about your thyroid and your hormone health, why conventional lab testing misses the root cause, which critical markers your doctor probably isn't testing for. Plus, you'll get our free guide, the 5 labs your doctor probably isn't testing for, but should be. Because here's the thing, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to accept fatigue as your new normal. You don't have to keep going back to a doctor who isn't listening. Your mitochondria can heal. Your energy can come back, and we can help you get there. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, comment below something new you learned. Maybe it was something you didn't know, or maybe a different perspective on something you thought you had a good understanding of already. Until next time, as always, blessings and good health.